Ho 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 ho. This is going to be epic, man. This is going to be epic. Hello guys, welcome back to another episode with FC Ramsey, and today the games which we are watching is Bayern against Heidenheim in the Bundesliga, as well as it is the likes of Leverkusen against St Pauli. What is going to be, that is completely not much up to the mark because Bayern has faced those defeats. Out of the DFB Pokal, a disappointment which was there in the previous game, but it is the Bundesliga race and the game has just begun. The lineups for Bayern is straight. They have got Guerrero on the left wings. Damn, it is looking dangerous. Thomas Muller, the veteran, on the forwards, and yes, Mikel Olise has been picked up. What it is looking here, guys. Pavlovic is back in the squad. Kimmich in the midfields. Kim Min-jae and Upamecano, Sacha Boy on the right backs, as well as Daniel Peretz. Good, that is good from company. Leroy Sané is on the right wings. So this is for the Bayern starting lineup against Heidenheim, and this is the Bundesliga round 13. Anything can happen. The Bundesliga glory for the Bayern, which was not seen the previous season. This game will be also a deciding factor, but yes, in the Bundesliga table it is Heidenheim who are on the verge of relegation. So much of the things are happening, as well as which we are having is that of Bayern Leverkusen who are facing St Pauli. This game has also something very much interesting to watch because Leverkusen are not having Victor Boniface. They have got Wirtz in the starting forwards, Grimaldo, Garcia, Palacios, Nathan Della, Hincapta and Tapsova on the center backs. Granit Xhaka being that defensive midfield, he is there. So these are the two watch-alongs, and as well, if we can change the screen over here to this, you can have the starting lineups where Bayern is facing Leverkusen, as well as Bayern is facing Heidenheim and Leverkusen is also facing that of St Pauli. These are the two games which we are having, but on the other aspect there is also Crystal Palace going against Manchester City, and late in the night it is United at the Old Trafford against Nottingham Forest. The Liverpool match has been cancelled because there were some sort of weather conditions, abrupt weather conditions, which has just prompted them not to be allowed to play that game. Apart from that, watch more. Yes, watch links are there on the Discord. The Discord description is in the channel description as well as in the video description. So just give me some moment to share this. First, let me put a Q&A. Who gonna win Bundesliga this season? There is a Q&A over to the chat that who is gonna win the Bundesliga this season. Let me just pop it out. Yes, it has been. So yes, things are looking good over here, and we will definitely have a watch of this game. The match links are given in the Discord, guys, and the Discord description is in the channel as well as in the video description. Just scroll down a bit and you can have a watch over there. But yes, Saka boy, the right backs, that feather right back, he is there. Daniel Peretz is there for Bayern. This is a good aspect which Vincent Company is doing, because yes, just relying on Manuel Neuer, he is struggling with his form. He has got those resting capabilities, and he is a veteran. He is a legend of this game. So why to just rely on him when you have that Daniel Peretz in the squad? This Israel man, this defensive goalkeeper, he is the new goalkeeper which Bayern has definitely found, and we have to rely on this because this season is huge. We have got Champions League, we have got those FIFA Club World Cups starting next year, we have got this Bundesliga. The race is going to be huge, guys. This race is going to be huge. This Bundesliga season also, Stuttgart are doing too good. I mean, the likes of ETTK as well as Omar Marmoush, they are also doing those havoc, I mean, upsets. So anything can happen, guys. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. But yes, let me just put a sharing option to this. I hope the audio and the video is in a good condition. Yes, audio video quality is good. It is looking nice over here. So yes, Bayern is having that position, but talking about Heidenheim, they are on the verge of relegation. They can cause some sort of upsets because they will give their best. This is the Q&A which has been put up. Now it looks decent. And yes, guys, those of you who are watching the stream, give us those like, share, and subscribe. The Discord is active. Yes, it is looking good. It is also looking happening over here. No worries. Yes, the stream condition is good. So yes, these are the lineups. Talking about that Liverpool match, we were going to have that watch along, but unfortunately, due to those weather conditions, that match has been postponed. We have also got the match of Crystal Palace and Man City coming over here, as well as late in the night, it is Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. That will also be some sort of watch along we will have. But for this game, it is now Bayern against the likes of Heidenheim. What are your prediction, guys? Who is going to win? Give your predictions as well as who is going to win the Bundesliga this season. Can Bayern slip out of the Bundesliga race because there are injuries? Harry Kane is not present. I mean, just have a look of the injuries. I mean, it is Manuel Neuer. He has got those injuries. Serge Gnabry, he is also injured. Gnabry, I mean, he is such a talented player, but suddenly he has turned from the past year, not getting those goals converted. That is also a worry for Serge Gnabry. Hiroki Ito, I mean, the new signing this season, got those injuries in the friendlies. He was back in the trainings, but again back to injuries. Stanisic, I mean, the loan movement from Leverkusen which happened, he is also under injuries. Palina, the new signing, he is also injured. The defensive midfield, Harry Kane, the striker, is also injured. I mean, talking about Bayern, they are under injuries, and in the previous season also, these injuries were quite concerning. This season also, this is happening, and it is taking a toll out of everything. Let me just give a poke over here. Man is having that position, but in the creativity, in those clinical finishings, not looking good, not at all looking good. I mean, the disappointment in the DFB Pokal, it was something which was too harsh for us. I mean, the players as well as the fans suffering out of the DFB Pokal. I mean, this is disappointing, guys. This is disappointing. Kimmich is that captain. I mean, that player, he is staying. Pavlovic is back from the collarbone injuries. He is there. But in the midfields, we haven't got anything here. We haven't got. I mean, Leroy Sané and Guerrero playing on the wings. This is a disappointment from the Bayern. I mean, from the Alliance, from the training sessions. This is definitely a disappointment. Bayern is looking to get into the box, but Heidenheim are just looking to park their bus and staying strong in their midfields as well as in those defensive aspects. I mean, the creativity which Olise is having, can Sacha Boy give those functionality to him? I mean, those fluidity in the game, that will be a question too, because Sacha Boy is back to the squad from the injuries and he is making those first line startups. It is huge. It is a huge boost for him as a player as well. What a delivery that was from Kimmich. But unfortunately, it is being denied. It is being denied. It is constantly being denied. Every time they are giving the ball into the edge of the box, they are being denied. Man, just look at it. That was Leroy Sané, but he is being denied every opportunity to take that shot. Creativity is not happening in the field, guys. Creativity is not happening for Bayern this season. This is quite concerning. This is damn concerning. Creativity is not happening. No ways the players are looking creative. No way the players are looking to deliver those aspects. I mean, every time they are getting that ball from nowhere, or somehow they are just turning it into a trash. They are literally turning it into a trash. This whole Bayern squad is turning into a trash. I mean, the availability of so many forwards, but none of them performing, none of them giving those opportunities, none of them getting those clinical finishings. It is very much disheartening. I mean, seeing Bayern in such a situation, it is really taking a toll out of me. It is definitely taking a toll out of me, man. It is taking a toll out of me. I mean, still now this team, we are relying on Thomas Muller. We haven't got Mathis Tell as those center forwards. He is not being able to take some characters. Neither Vincent Company nor even Thomas Tuchel. I mean, from the age of Nagelsmann, that is Saka Boy on the right wings. No, deny. That is into the box. Bit wide off, guys. Bit wide off. Yes, from the age of Nagelsmann, it is Mathis Tell who has been brought into the team. I mean, but no improvements in that player also. I mean, Mathis Tell has been doing nothing, neither from the left wings, neither from the center forwards. Everywhere he is turning into a trash. Damn, just look at it, how he missed it. Just look at it, how Sane just missed that opportunity. I mean, you can't be a forward in that. I mean, what a creativity that was from Leroy. I mean, it was Olise just getting those moments. Leroy Sané got it. Not clinical, not being clinical is the aspect. The forwards are not getting in those forms is that which is worrying. It is definitely worrying, guys. It is a huge warning for the Bayern Academy as well as the Bayern fans, making those movements which are not looking good. It is disheartening. It is really disheartening. I mean, nothing can be said. Nothing can be said. My predictions for this game, I mean, if Heidenheim doesn't go for any upsets, then it is definitely Bayern going to win with 2 goals. Bayern against Heidenheim, it will be a 2 goals victory. Apart from that, nothing is looking good. Nothing is looking good in the team. Pavlovic to Minje Kim. Minje Kim trying to get Sane. Kimmich, can he turn? No, denied. Heidenheim has just parked their bus. Heidenheim has just parked their bus and they are going for those. I mean, if they are going for those counters, but it is definitely the Alliance Arena where the game is happening and they have to just do that. They will be looking to go for those defensive aspects. But just like look at that number 22 Guerrero from the Bayern. I mean, how is he performing over there? Olise was well on the right wings. But look at it. Guerrero got that ball inside the box. Nothing he can do, and it is out for a corner. Kimmich on the corners. Minje and Upamecano both are inside the box. Referee is having some kind of word with them. Get that goal, guys. Get that first goal. Get that first goal, boys. Get that. Kimmich gives that delivery. It is Upamecano. I mean, every time this defender striker, he is scoring. Just look at it, boys. It is Upamecano who has scored, and it was looking coming for him because both Minje and Upamecano were standing as a pact. But it is again those defensive headers. They are giving those goals in favor for Bayern. He was loose inside the box. He got that opportunity. But yes, it is a good finishing from Upamecano. Just look at that delivery from Kimmich. Upamecano knew it where the ball was going to come. He makes that advancement inside the box. And what a finish. Upamecano gets that header. Too good, boys. Too good as a header. I mean, perfectly timed, perfectly header, perfect header, everything. He was clinical. He just took his time and he delivered it good. It is that is happening because against PSG also in the Champions League, it was that header from Min Jae Kim which Bayern got that lead. Apart from that, from the forwards talking about, they are not getting those moments. That is what I am talking about this whole season. The forwards from the Bayern, I mean, especially to talk about in the first 3 to 5 matches, they were clinical. But after that, I mean, if you talk about the game against Aston Villa, Upamecano clear the ball. Yes, it is Parrots. Yes, the game against Aston Villa and the game against Barcelona. After that, the Bayern forwards have just lost their creativity, and it is those defensive headers from Minje as well as Upamecano. They are getting those goals. It was Pavlovic getting those. Musiala is also getting those headers, but where are those goals which we need from those shots? That is missing. Olise has got that move. Kimmich back to Olise. Upamecano. Pavlovic is staying on the defensive aspects. Davis stepping down. But on the defensive aspects, Min Jae Kim, if you talk about him, he was bit aggressive. I mean, in the previous season as well as in this season for the first 8 to 9 matches, maybe 10 matches. But after that 10th match, Vincent Company has made that move for Min Jae Kim. And talking about those two centre backs, it is Upamecano who is going for those aggressive press. I mean, that destroying movements he is enjoying. But Min Jae Kim, looking at him in every game, he is staying deep. He is staying too deep. Maybe Vincent Company has got that defensive awareness in Min Jae Kim more than Upamecano. That is why he has asked Min Jae Kim to stay deep on those defensive aspects in the build-ups as well as in those press, whereas Upamecano is going for those destroying moments. They are being predictable. They are being predictable on their centre back lineups. Upamecano moving in. Pavlovic, left midfields. Kimmich. Look at that positioning from Rafael Guerrero, where he is. Look at that positioning from Rafael Guerrero. It is disappointing. It is looking disappointing. Pavlovic, Davis, Kimmich, Leroy Sané. Where is Musiala? Musiala is not being involved in the build-ups. I mean, damn, where is Jamal Musiala? No, oh my god, my mistake, guys. Jamal Musiala is not in the first lineup. That is what my mistake is. Oh my god. This is that thing which company has made. Jamal Musiala is not in the first starting lineup. It's my mistake, guys. It is Olise and Sane. Olise and Sane with the likes of Guerrero. They are playing. Musiala has been given that rest. Kingsley Coman has been also given that rest. Neuer, Gnabry, Hiroki Ito, Stanisic, Palina, Harry Kane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, 6 of the elite players injured. Injuries are a concern. Injuries were a concern the previous season as well. Get that second goal, boys. Get that second goal. Press, press, Sane, press. Sane is not getting in that shape. Leroy Sané is not looking perfect in that shape. Pavlovic has a fall. Thank God. Don't get injuries, boys. Don't get any more injuries. Injuries are not worth getting in this time of the season. You have got those Champions League matches as well. From Heidenheim, if you talk about their number 10, Paul Werner, he is from the Bayern Academy. He is also on loan. I mean, this player, Germany, I mean, 18 years of age, he has got those aspects. He is from the Bayern Academy. He has got those stints. He is definitely going to be good. In the previous season, he was at Heidenheim. This season, my mistake. He was at Ilvesburg. Now he has been sent to Heidenheim. Paul Werner will be the man to watch in the upcoming years for the German squad, for the Demon Shaft, as well as the Bayern. Florian Wirtz, as well as Xavi Simons. If those two transfers, if they are not going to be that efficient, then it will be definitely Paul Werner. That was a cross from Kimmich, but that is a block. Some interceptions they are making. Sacha Boy, physically challenged. Davis, Pavlovic, Guerrero. Olise, Olise to Upamecano, Min Kim, Guerrero, Kimmich. Heidenheim is not pressing. That is why the build-ups are looking decent from the Bayern's view. That is Upamecano, header for Thomas Muller. No, denied. Gimbo as well as Sersleben, they are doing so good, denying all those header opportunities. Denying all those opportunities for the Bayern players. Kimmich again with that corner. Can he deliver that perfect pitch for those headers? Can Upamecano and Min Kim get that header? Get that second goal, guys. Get that second goal, boys. Kimmich delivers it. It is perfect. Min Kim was close. I mean, maybe he was a hairline away from getting that header. I would love to get that recap of that corner. Olise, give that cross, boy. No. Denied. What a cross Kimmich is delivering. Look at that performance from Rafael Guerrero, man. Every time I'm seeing him on the pitch, he is not looking good in his form. Not doing that perfect job which is required. Kimmich again with that cross, but that is a block. Kimmich is that sole hard worker from the Bayern's aspect, who has been doing so hard the previous season, this season as well. He has been performing. He is that consistent throughout the season. I mean, if you talk about the player who has been consistent, that is Kimmich again with that corner, no denied. If you talk about the consistency from the Bayern players, I would just go for Joshua Kimmich. He is that player who is just being consistent, that persistent, and delivering those. And yes, on the other hand, it is Leverkusen who has scored those two goals. Damn, Leverkusen has scored two goals against St Pauli. Leverkusen has scored those two goals against St Pauli. Just look at it. It is the Leverkusen score sheets. Florian Wirtz has scored. Jonathan Tah has scored. Florian Wirtz as well as Jonathan Tah has scored, and it is Leverkusen 2 up against St Pauli. But on the other hand, it is Crystal Palace and Manchester City which is going on. If we have a watch over here, the lineups, Savino in the starting lineups, Silva, De Bruyne, Nunes. Silva is in talks for those transfers from Manchester City, from Pep Guardiola. De Bruyne is in the starting lineup. Haaland is there. I mean, De Bruyne, what about his move to the Saudi teams or to some other clubs? That is definitely Pep Guardiola won't want, but he needs De Bruyne back to his best form. Ruben Dias back from injuries into the lineups. Carl Walker, Guardiola is there. So yes, Manchester City will definitely go to unleash hell on Crystal Palace. But late this night, we will also have the watch along of Manchester United against Nottingham. I mean, Ruben Amorim, can he get that second victory at the Old Trafford? It will also be a watch. But for now, it is Bayern Munich against the likes of Heidenheim. This has to be good, boys. This has to be good. This has to come big. This has to come big. It has to deliver, which the fans are waiting. Get those big goals, get those big runs. That is what is required. I mean, if you look at the starting lineups of Manchester City and Crystal Palace, what do you think, guys? I'm talking about the injuries. Foden is back to injury. Oh my god. Foden is suffering from illness. Akanji is on a knock. John Stones has got injury. Nathan Ake has got injury. Kovacic is injured. Rodri and Oscar Bob. That is a late story. Man, Manchester City is also getting those injuries, and it is that which is quite concerning. But yes, Phil Foden was not getting those starting, gameplay time in his bags, but he has got enough game time this season, but he is not delivering. Leroy Sané has to get those shots, man. Leroy Sané has to get those shots, which is needed. Mikel Olise, Muller, Kimmich, Davis, get that shot, boy. No, off the post. Nowhere near the woodwork you were. You have to get those shots. You are playing at the Alliance Arena at home. You have to. Damn, look at that from Davis. You have to get those shots inside the nets, boy. You are playing at home. That is what the advantage is. You have to deliver that good. Pavlovic to Kimmich, Leroy Sané, Olise, but that is something a heavy touch. Corner being taken by Olise, a quick corner that is. Leroy Sané, what is that Sané is doing? Show me your hunger, boys. Especially to talk about Leroy Sané, I want to see that hunger, the feed of the goals. That is what is required from him. He has got that class, he has got that capability, but he is not getting those goals. That is quite concerning. 35 minutes are up. 10 minutes plus added time left in the first half. That is a cross from Muller. Guerrero getting those headers, but not that strong enough to get a goal. That header was from a far off position. That header was from a far off position. Minje to Kimmich. Kimmich delivers it again for Sane on the wings. Sane has just lost his glory, man. Leroy Sane has lost his glory. Talking about him as a player, not at all looking decent. It was that sole header from Upamecano which Bayern has got that lead. That is Paul Werner. He is moving in, but where is the man marking? Finally, Davis is down. Finally, Davis is down, man. Thank God. It was Traore who was moving, speeding up for those counters. Leroy Sané is everything getting blocked. He is being denied everything he is doing. Frank Schmidt, the manager for Hoffenheim, will he have those worries? Bayern are going to get that second goal in the first half or in the second half. Again, look at that position from Rafael Guerrero. Why is he staying on those attacking midfields? He is not even trying to get those centre backs of Hoffenheim outnumbered, neither he is staying deep down. You have to provide those assists, boy. You have to provide those assists. Sacha Boey, Thomas Muller, back to Upamecano, Boey again, Sacha Boey to Upamecano, Upamecano to Muller. That was a bicycle kick attempt from Thomas Muller at this age. Davis has got, can he get that goal? That is what I am talking about. You are getting those moments, you are getting those ball possessions, but on the clinical finishing, just look at it how Davis hits the first post. These clinical finishings are a bit disappointing, man. These clinical finishings are a bit disappointing. Finally, Guerrero is staying deep on those defensive midfields. Pavlovic staying bit high up, providing some fluidity to the game. Davis, Sacha Boey, Lise, Upamecano, Pavlovic, Guerrero, Pavlovic, Leroy Sané, Davis, no, denied. You have to cut in, boys. You have to cut in deep on those defensive aspects. Talking about Heidenheim, I mean Hoffenheim, they are looking. I mean Heidenheim are just not giving those spaces. Kimmich with that long range shot, but no worries. Formula safe into his hands. This shot from Kimmich shows that the Bayern build-ups not getting those edges are looking bit frustrated in the build-ups. That is what this shot from Kimmich was. This shot definitely reveals that the Bayern players are looking bit disappointed with those build-ups. Kimmich again header for Muller. What a header that was. Upamecano, Davis, Minje, Upamecano again goes for that cross. Guerrero, will he deliver? No. Corner incoming again. Not looking clinical, guys. Not looking clinical. Bayern is not at all looking clinical in those finishings. I mean, inside the box, the finishing which is required from the forwards, it is not happening. Not happening for the Bayern players. Kimmich gets that cross. Header denied. It was a block. Sacha Boy on the right backs, he has to perform because Hiroki Ito as well as Stanisic, I mean, as long as they are injured, Bayern has to rely on Sacha Boy, Conrad Laimer, because Guerrero was not looking that efficient playing on those inverted backs this season. But yes, he is switching to those positions. Minje, Kimmich, Upamecano again, Guerrero. Just look at it everywhere Joshua Kimmich is playing. He is just creating those passes, he is creating those build-ups which is required. Apart from it, I can't find any other player doing those moves. He is orchestrating. Sacha Boy is inside the box. We need players like Robin. We need players like those of Ribery in the Bayern squad. I mean, on the wing forwards, those two players, Arjen Robben, as well as that of Ribery. I mean, if you talk about the duo, the robbery, we need those players. I mean, those types of players creating those opportunities as well as creating those moves inside the box. Boy again to Kimmich. Kimmich to Minje Kim. Guerrero. Sane getting those miss pass again. What a move that is from Sane. I mean, how can you justify Leroy Sane whenever he is getting that ball, not getting those creativity and just losing away the position? No worries for Daniel Peretz as of now. Kimmich, Muller, Pavlovic, Davis, back to Pavlovic, Min Jae Kim, Change the wings, boys, change the flanks even. You are getting too central in those positions. Sacha boy on the wings, Olise. Not happening, boys, not happening. The creativity is not happening inside the box. Look at that. Guerrero got it and he just gives it to Davis, who is going to take that shot. And it was finally Leroy Sané. I mean, but that shot, oh my god, I think I just broke it. Just look at that. It was Guerrero who got that opportunity, but he delivers to Davis. Davis to Guerrero. Guerrero back to Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané again, nowhere near the post. Worries, guys, worries. These types of games where the build-ups are not looking good, it is definitely worries incoming for the Bayern. It is definitely happening. It is definitely the need where the Bayern players are losing those opportunities and they are lacking those which is required. It is not happening. It is not happening. Things are not looking good. Things are not at all looking good in the squad. There are injuries, but then also these things are quite critical. You have to get those moves. You have to specially get those build-ups which is required. If that is not happening, then definitely it is not in the safe hands. I mean, Bayern is not in the safe hands if this way it goes. I hope Bayern doesn't get any kind of disappointments. How are things going to change at the Bayern if the forwards are not looking good in shape? That is definitely the worry which they have to. I mean, every season they have to face it. It will go on like this unless and until there is something big which is going to happen that is going to be too critical. On the other hand, it is also halftime. Leverkusen at their Bay Arena got those two goals from the likes of Florian Wirtz against St Pauli. And yes, Crystal Palace and Manchester City, it is Munoz from Crystal Palace scored. Manchester City are down by one goal. Damn. This is damn. This is looking damn. Pep Guardiola was totally confident that this weekend at the Selhurst Park, going to face Crystal Palace, they are going to get those wins. But yes, it is Crystal Palace who has scored. This is going to be critical. But late in the night, it is Manchester United going to face Nottingham Forest. That is definitely the watch for. But here it is Bayern facing against Heidenheim, and in the table of the Bundesliga, it stands over here is that Bayern is at the top. With this win, they will be 6 points ahead of Frankfurt. Leverkusen, that will be 7 points. Leverkusen are also getting that win. On the other hand, Leipzig are also getting those wins. It is looking good. I mean, if you talk about this game where Leipzig is facing, just have it. Where is that Leipzig? Leipzig against Holstein Kiel. It is Benjamin Sesko who has scored for Leipzig. 6 minutes, 12 minutes, 21 minutes. But look at it, it was 29th minute. Apart from that, Leverkusen hasn't got much shots. I mean, just 3 shots from Leverkusen, whereas 2 from St Pauli. And looking about this table over in the Bundesliga, 12 shots from Bayern, but not being clinical. 4 shots on target, 3 big chances, but just a single goal. Do you guys think that this isn't disappointing? For me, this is a disappointing result. This is not going to be that happening, which is required. So yes, Bayern against Heidenheim, we will keep this, and I will also take a 1 minute break. After that, I will be back. Do stay tuned, guys. Don't leave the stream because I will also take a 1 minute break, and after this I will come back. But yes, on the other hand, it is Manchester City who is also getting those 1 goal deficits. I mean, City has got those 3 scoring opportunities. One big chance even Manchester City has got, but they are not being able to get those clinical moves. On the other hand, Leipzig, one big chance, they scored it. Good. Leverkusen not getting those which is required, only 3 shots on target. St. Pauli has also got those 2 shots on target. That is also looking bit annoying from Leverkusen's aspect. But yes, in the second half they will overcome. But in this game, talking about the performance where Bayern is facing Heidenheim, those 4 shots which Bayern took, 3 of the big chances which they have made, I mean, lost. Something not looking good and not cooking good for the Bayern. But I will also take a 1 minute break. I'll be back. Till then, stay tuned, guys. Don't leave this stream. And yes, those of you who are watching this stream, do give us those like, share, and subscribe moments. That definitely means a lot to us. I will also take a 1 minute break. I will be back. Do stay tuned, guys. at the Alliance Arena performing like this, it is quite disappointing. It is quite disheartening. It is not what the Alliance fans must be expecting for, because that is not the need of the hour is. You have to perform. You have to get those big goals because you are performing at the Bayern. That is what is required. Unless and until you go big for those moments, that is not happening. That is not at all happening. I'm looking at the Bayern players playing at the Alliance, getting those shots inside the box, getting those big chances, not being able to convert those. It is disappointing. It is disappointing. It is very much disappointing. Just look at the stats over here. I mean, how the Bayern players have missed. It was Thomas Muller. That was the first attempt. It was a save. Thomas Muller, talking about him, he hasn't got those play time this season, missing away those moments. He is a veteran. He is a legend, of course. But this season, Vincent Kompany hasn't played Thomas Muller for most of the matches. I mean, not in the substitutions even. Thomas Muller, I think this season, just look at his stats, how much play time he has got this season. He has just started 2 and just played for 12 matches. I mean, a total of 404 minutes just played by Thomas Muller this season. That is not the perfect job which has been done. So it is that first shot from Muller which was a save. If you look at the stats, the second shot, if you talk over here, yes, now the screen is looking perfect. It was Leroy Sané. That shot, it was a miss. I mean, look at that position where the shot was taken. It was just outside, I mean, inside the box, just near the penalty position, a few meters away from there. But then also performing at the Alliance Arena, it was a miss. Look at that shot where it was taken so wide off from the post. Again, Leroy Sané on the 15th minute. That was again miss. I mean, far off from the post, not near to it. Again, Guerrero taking that shot, not in the post. I mean, all the shots which are being taken, all are outside the post. No worries for their, I mean, goalkeeper Muller from Heidenheim. He has got no worries. Upamecano, that was the header. It was a good one, good take by him, but it is again that defender come striker movement which is happening for Bayern, where the defenders are getting those headers, scoring those goals, but the forwards are not being able to capitalize, and that too at the home of the Alliance. 33rd minute, it was Davis, but it was far off from the box as well as far off from the post. Guerrero again, but no worries for the Heidenheim goalkeeper. Muller, it was a miss. Davis, it was a big chance, but hits the first post. Kimmich, that was far off from the midfield. It was a shot well taken, but no worries for Heidenheim again. Muller again, that is a miss, far off from the post. Sané again, that is far off from the post. So every time the Bayern players are making those shots, I mean, if you talk about those shots which have been made inside the box, just look at over here, the total shots 12, 4 on target, and 3 big chances were there. 2 of them missed, and just a single header from Upamecano getting those goals. I mean, the big chances are the moments where you have to capitalize it. Talking about the centre back passings, 503 passings, 93%. It is happening good, but in the clinical finishings, the team is not looking good. In those attacks, in those creativities, as well as inside the box, they are not getting those moves. It is disappointing, guys. It is disappointing. The second half is about to begin. Daniel Peretz. still being that goalkeeper. This move from company, I would definitely give a praise for it. It is Daniel Peretz who has been given that opportunity, but it is Manuel Neuer who is down to some sort of sickness. That is why the reason he has been called. But yes, Peretz has to make those moves. Talking about these substitutions, I guess none of them has made any substitutions. No substitutions made by both the teams, and the stats looks the same as well as the table where Bayern are still at the top. But yes, talking about that, in the Bayern Leverkusen and St Pauli, the lineups, none has made those substitutions. Holstein Kiel and Leipzig. This game is also going on. Leipzig has scored that one goal. That was that single opportunity from him and he got it converted. But yes, it is Haaland who has leveled scores with Crystal Palace 1-1 in just 31 minutes. But late in the night, it is United. But we are focusing on this Bayern and Heidenheim game, which is going on. Olise, Pavlovic, Kimmich for those headers. Guerrero is nowhere near to get a touch to it. Upamecano, interception. Kimmich, Guerrero. Look at that positioning from Guerrero. Where is he staying? Is he going to receive the ball? Is he going to give those edges? Is he going to create those spaces on the defensive lineups? No way he is looking clinical, man. It will be worries if Heidenheim gets a goal out of here from nowhere. Pass from Sane again. Guerrero, some positive aspects from him. Getting those press and getting those interceptions. But in the end, no worries for Heidenheim. Kimmich taking that free kick. Davis, that is a short pass. Kimmich again. Back to Davis. Sasha Boy. Olise. Get those shots or get those crosses. Get that on the first time, man. Pavlovic with that shot off the post every time inside the box. You are taking those shots, the band players, everything is just going wide off the post, nowhere near to the nets. No worries for the Heidenheim goalkeeper. Sane, Upamecano, not happening, man, not happening, not happening. Things are not happening inside the box. That is what the worry is. Damn! What the heck? That was a mispass, and I was just talking about it. It was the worry which was going to come. There was some sort of bad pass on the centre backs. to Daniel Peretz, and yes, it is that opportunity Heidenheim has got. And I was talking about this from the first half of this game. Nothing was looking good in those clinical aspects. Davis, Upamecano, but that was a missed pass. Peretz was deep for those defensive aspects. And yes, it is Heidenheim who has got that. Heidenheim has got those equalizers. That wasn't the mistake of Daniel Perez because it was some pass which was made from Upamecano, and it was bit slow as well as late pass. This is what happens if you are going to miss those big chances inside the box, not being able to score, then definitely you are going to concede. Finally, Thomas Muller has been substituted and it is Jamal Musiala seen on the pitch. Can he make those changes which is required? Heidenheim getting a goal at the Alliance, that is a huge aspect. Heidenheim getting those equalizers as well as a goal, and that too at the Alliance Arena facing Bayern. It is a huge credit which you can give to them in the Bundesliga. Boy, cross, denied. Rafael Guerrero is making those moves in the midfield quite late. He is looking bit lazy, not making those moves good enough. Olise dropping down. Pavlovic. Davis, give that cross, boy, give that cross the first time. Damn, you are taking that time for all the Heidenheim players to drop inside the box, and then you are going for those crosses. What is the worry if you are going to deliver those first time crosses? That is not happening. Not happening for Bayern. It is Honsak who has scored for Heidenheim in the 50th minute. And this is what happens if you are missing those big chances inside the box. It is definitely going to happen. Worries incoming, boys. Worries incoming. Worries incoming. If you talk about the head-to-head stats of Heidenheim, it is Heidenheim who has got those victories against Bayern the previous season. And that was a comeback which Heidenheim made. Just looking at that game, it was Kleindienst who was there at Heidenheim. Talking about Kleindienst, the number 9 new for the Demon Shaft. He is now at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Worries, guys, worries. This is the worry. Leverkusen and St Pauli, it is still 2 up in 56 minutes. Holstein Kiel and Leipzig. Leipzig are still 1 up. Crystal Palace and Man City 1 each. That is all for it. But yes, that is also, I guess, Barcelona against Real Betis. So I guess that is the second goal incoming. It has been updated, but in the stream it is not visible quite now. Min-jae Kim, Leroy Sané, get that shot, boy. Leroy Sané is just delivering it so late. Upamecano, Musiala speeding away, get that shot, boy. Just look at that finishing from Musiala. What was not happening at the Bayern inside the box for so many times in the first half as well as in the second half, but Musiala makes his move for the substitutions and in just 5 minutes he gets that goal. Just look at that clinical finishing which I was talking about, which was not happening for the Bayern in the first half, and it just turns the table as Musiala drops into the squad as the substitution. And just look at the move which he makes. He finds that space. He was there. And he is into the nets. And he scores from the first post. Isn't that astonishing? The whole of the Bayern squad not being able to get those finishings inside the box for 55 minutes. But Musiala getting those substitutions. Dropping into the squad. And he was into the box, he was there in that open space, and he just gets that into the net. This game is so simple, you have to be clinical for those passes which are coming inside the box. And if you are going for those wide of the post, then how come you are going to get those goals? Bayern is definitely relying on the shoulders of Kimmich, Musiala, Min-jae, Upamecano, much this season. To talk about these 4 to 5 players. Yes, not talking about Harry Kane because he is out for injury. But these are the 4 to 5 players whom the team is relying. But we have to rely on Leroy Sané, Gnabry, Kingsley Coman. They are those veteran players. They have got those 4 to 5 years long stint at Bayern. Coman is way too old, but still he is not in the starting lineup. But Vincent Kompany has made him do good this season at least. Min-jae, Guerrero's first touch is a very huge deficit which he is getting. Elise, Kimmich. Now look at the positioning where Musiala is staying. He is just pressing it high against those centre-back lineups of Heidenheim. That is what creating the space for Musiala to cut in. That is what you have to do. Pavlovic, Davis, Pavlovic again, Upamecano, Sacha Boey. Hoffenheim are again looking to build those positions. But yes, there is a game going on between Barcelona and Real Betis. It is still goalless. And in the lineup, from Barcelona, Yamal, Olmo, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Casado, Pedri, Kubarsi, Martinez, Balde, and Kunde with Inaki Pena. but still it is goalless. But it will be a cakewalk for Barcelona against Real Betis, which is going to happen late night. It is also Real Madrid match is there. We will having the watch. Manchester United and Nottingham Forest. We will have a watch of this also. As of now, it is Bayern against Heidenheim and it is 2-1. Leverkusen against St Pauli, still 2 up. Leipzig against Holstein Kiel, 1 up. Crystal Palace and Manchester City, it is half time and both of them have just level draws. Bayern has got those 39 goals in 13 games. I mean, 3 goals per game. We're talking about the big chances. I mean, this 39 goals, it would have been easily 50 goals by now. Olise, get that. What is that from Olise? Olise is also looking on the books. I mean, in the books of missing it. What a good cross that was from Kimmich. What is happening with this squad? What is happening with this squad? I am not being able to understand what is happening wrong with this Bayern team. So many big chances, so many opportunities, just one on one with those forwards against the goalkeepers of the opponents, and yes, you are missing away. You are missing away badly. Musiala, Upamecano, Olise, back to Upamecano. Get that third goal, guys, because it was a disappointment in the previous season where Heidenheim getting those 3 goals. It was the upset which Heidenheim had just provided by the previous season. It was a comeback from them, getting those 3 goals in the second half, and they won it. Don't let this happen this time. Olise again, but it was far off for him to reach it. Sacha Boy, good pressing. Olise recovers the position. Pass the ball, man. Pass the ball, Olise. Pass the ball. You have got so many players there. You have to pass it on the right moment and the right place. I guess Paul Werner is looking injured. I mean, look at that, what Olise did. There was Kimmich, there was Musiala, there was Guerrero, but not passing it and just staying with the position, trying to carry forward the ball. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen for the Bayern inside the box. Corner flight incoming for Heidenheim. Damn, was that a foul for Daniel Peretz? Or he just misses that? Save for Daniel Peretz, no worry for him. Look at that jump which was made. And yes, Daniel Peretz gets his hand safe. There was no worries. It is looking predictable, man. Every time Bayern is moving from those passes in the midfields to the centers, it is looking too predictable, and Heidenheim is just blocking away those center midfield aspects, not allowing Bayern to just get in or cut in from those defensive aspects. You have to just go for those crosses, guys. Upamecano, Musiala, denied. Get that third goal, boys. Get that third goals. Get that cushion. Get that safety measure. With the lead of 2 goals, it will look safe. Get that third goal. Olise is looking a bit tired. Mikel Olise is looking a bit tired, and yes, Vincent Company must do some sort of substitutions for those fresh legs. Pavlovic, Sane, Minje Kim, Sane, Pavlovic, Olise, Saja Boye, Olise again, Kimmich, Pavlovic. Oh my god, Musiala was making those moves. Finally, interception from Minje Kim. Not happening, not happening. That creativity is not happening in this game. And talking about Heidenheim, they are playing so good. They knew what are their limits. They knew they know that what they have to do, and they are playing to their capabilities. They are playing good. That is what is happening. Apart from that, nothing is happening from the Bayern's aspect. Nothing is looking good from the Bayern's aspect. They are not being able to just get into those cutting edge moments. Leverkusen are still 2 up against St Pauli. Pauli hasn't been able to score. Leipzig has scored. They have got that penalty. Thank God Leipzig is back to those winning moments. They haven't got those wins in the Champions League. And yes, Leipzig, talking about their injuries, they are also in much injuries. Just look at over here the injury concerns for Leipzig. Lukeba is injured, David Rom is injured, Elmas, Kodrago, Simons, Xavi Simons, Poulsen. So much of injuries for Leipzig. Crystal Palace and Man City still won. Barcelona has scored. It is Lewandowski who has scored for Barcelona. Good moment for it. But tonight it is also the likes of Real Madrid, which we are going to watch late tonight. Real Madrid and Girona. That will be a huge game. I want to see Kylian Mbappe scoring over here. But as of now, it is still for the Bayerns. the Alliance fans. It is 2-1. But the last season against Heidenheim, Bayern has got those disappointing defeats. Leroy Sané cutting in, Musiala, but that was, way too predictable by the Heidenheim defense. The build-ups from the Bayern are looking too much predictable. Finally, Goretzka is in the squad. Pavlovic has been taken off. Kimmich, Min-jae Kim. I'm talking about another player, Arigon Ibrahimovic. He is also not given those playtime this season as well. He has also to be in the squad. This player, if you look over here, Arigon Ibrahimovic, he is such a talented player from the left wings. He has just a single game. Whereas talking about the Bayern Academy, a total of 15 games played and 6 goals he has scored. This player, Arigon Ibrahimovic, he must also get those playtime in his bag. That is not happening. Kingsley Coman and Leon Goretzka dropping in. Musiala was one-on-one against their Leroy Sané. What a miss you are having. The goalkeeper was lying on his feet. It was just the nets. He has to get those scoring opportunities. But he misses that again. He misses it so badly. Just look at it. Musiala got that shot. Leroy Sané, it was left for him to finish it with their goalkeeper lying on their feet. The way Leroy Sané is playing, I don't think much of worries for Heidenheim. Every time he is getting that ball inside the box, he is missing away like that. Just like a toddler, just like a baby, he is missing away those things. That is looking a shame. Being a forward, playing like that, missing away those opportunities, it is looking a shame. Davis, Coman is there. No, Davis is going. What a cross from Davis. Good tackle from Upamecano. Sacha Boy, Min-jae Kim, Musiala. Coman is staying on the left wings. Look at that from Guerrero. He is missing away like anything. "75 minutes are up, 15 minutes plus stoppage time left in this game to decide who is going to get that win, because in the previous season it was Heidenheim getting those comeback with 3 goals and winning it against Bayern. That was too much to handle. Guerrero on the right wings. Why Guerrero is making those moves on the right wings, whereas it is the likes of Leroy Sané who has to make those moves. But Leroy Sané is staying on the attacking midfields. Look at his positioning. This is not looking justified by any direction, any means. What is happening? Yes, you are talking about the fluidity of the positions as well as the players, but that is not at all looking fruitful for this game. Upamecano is down to the ground. That was a ball hitting his face moment. But I guess it won't be much worries. As well as talking about the centre backs, Eric Dyer is not getting those play time as well. I mean, he has to be utilized, he has to be played. If you are not going to keep those players, you are going to either loan them, you are going to just sell them, do something about them. But keeping them in the squad, not making them play, this aspect from company, I am not being able to understand it. Heidenheim are going to make those two substitutions again. Damn. Honsak, the man who has scored for Heidenheim, is off the pitch. And it is their number 8 who has made their presence for these substitutions. Can he play those super sub moments? It is Cienza who has come in for Honsak. Kimmich, Upamecano, Peretz, Minje Kim, suddenly Hoffenheim are looking high up on the mid pitch as well as on their centre back lineups. They are staying a bit high as compared to the first half. They will look to unleash some sort of counters. That is a missed pass. Damn. Finally, Upamecano to the save. Minje Kim, Daniel Peretz, Sacha Boy, good passing, good through ball. Sacha Boy recovers that ball somehow. Kimmich, Goretzka. What a missed pass and bad timing that is from Goretzka. He was looking predictable, but he just can't make that pass at the lines at the perfect time. Things are not happening from the Bayern's point of view. Things are not happening. They are getting that one goal lead in those 79 minutes of gameplay, but things are not looking that good. If Heidenheim are going to get that second goal, miss pass. Sane is doing those miss passes. Leroy Sane and Rafael Guerrero playing on the right part of the field. They are just, not being able to defend the ball, not being able to take the position, not being able to dribble, not being able to create those chances. Whatever they are doing on the pitch, that is looking too bad. Goretzka, Coman, back to Davis. Cross the wings, guys. Cross the wings. When you have got that ball to the centre backs, cross the wings. You have to give Leroy Sané those wing forward movements as well. Musiala, Goretzka, Minje Kim. I think the game plan which Vincent Company is building up with Bayern this season, especially to talk about the wingers, Leroy Sané as well as Gnabry as well as Coman, they are not creative. They are for those wing forwards. I mean, the right wings, the left wings, they are making those moves. They go for those hunting incisive runs. That is why they are not being able to perform. Because in terms of creativity, Leroy Sané is getting predictable because every time he is getting those wing positions, he is just cutting down to the midfields and just lacking in the creativity and ending up losing the position of the ball. Same is happening with Gnabry. He is also a wing forward. In I mean, what a creativity a wing forward can make, because those players, they generally like to run on the wings. But instead of that, company with this new tactics, if you talk about the 3-4-4 or the 3-3-4 or the 2-4-4, whatever, they are looking in those creativities because they love to make those runs. Same is happening with Kingsley Coman, Leroy Sané, as well as the likes of Serge Gnabry. Leroy Sané has got it. Just look at it. He loves to run with those ball on his feet. That is what he does. But instead of that, he has been asked to make those creativity in the field. How is that going to happen? Leroy Sané getting it. Goretzka. That is a goal. Damn. Thank God. That was a deflection. And finally, Goretzka gets that third goal. Oh my God. I am relieved. I am relieved with this third goal. At least 2 goals cushion. Now it's looking safe. Now it is looking safe from the Bayern's view. Kimmich went for Sané. Sané to Goretzka. Goretzka just gets that hit. It was a deflection from the Heidenheim player, and yes, finally the ball is into the nets. Thank God that third goal happened. Otherwise, it would have been a worry. Heidenheim are looking to go for those counters. In the last 5 minutes, they are on the verge of relegation. They have to give their best. In the previous season, it was Heidenheim just getting those upsets and getting those comeback of 3 goals against Bayern. And it was Kleindienst, the number 9, the striker for Bayern, getting those goals in the previous season. So this win at the Alliance, it will be celebrated. Again, Heidenheim. Damn, I told you guys, I told you this is going to happen. They scored that second goal. They scored that second goal. That is what I was saying, that get those cushion of 3 goals at least to get past, I mean, to get those wins. But look at it. Heidenheim has got that second goal. That is what I was saying. Worries, guys, worries. It is worries. Davis, that was a bad tackle. Minje, nowhere near it. Upamecano. Goretzka, whom he was marking. The referee is going to take some sort of VR, I guess. I mean, the challenge against Davis or whatever it may be. Damn, it is Daniel Peretz getting that yellow card, a booking for him. No, the goal stays. This is what happens if you are not going those big chances converted good, and in the late moments you are conceding, it will be a worry. It has to happen. I mean, this time company has to decide whether he is going for those defensive aspects or whether he is going to press. But suddenly the Bayern team is looking deep on those defensive aspects, gaining those possessions. Kimmich, interception, Sasha Boy, Upamecano, Min Jae Kim, Leroy Sané. I mean, getting a goal at the Alliance is just looking at like a joke. And Heidenheim are getting those two goals. Look at that from Leroy Sané, missing it again. He is looking pathetic in this game, but still company is keeping him. I think it should have been Arijon Ibrahimovic who must have been given that substitution and calling Sané off to the bench. What is Leroy Sané doing when he is not looking good in form? Still, Vincent Company is making him play for those 90 minutes, and it is Heidenheim going for those equalizers time and again. Get that clearance, guys, get that clearance. Don't keep the ball. Give that ball, please. Yes, Leroy Sané has given that to Coman. Coman with that cross. Denied. Kimmich, Davis, Upamecano. Musiala is there. Sasha Boy. Back to Upamecano. Goretzka, good interception that is. "90 minutes are up. How much of stoppage time is going to be added? That is a concern. 3 minutes of stoppage time, not much time left, guys. Defend it, give your best. Guerrero, Musiala, run for it, boy, run for it. It is not offside. Get that fourth goal. And thank God it is that fourth goal for Musiala. He is that player scoring, and time and again, he is just saving. He has just become the backbone for the Bayern, and this is a victory which is confirmed. This is the victory now. It has been finally confirmed. Oh my God. I think that was no, it was inside the half line. It is not offside. Musiala was inside the half line and he made those runs. Just look at that run, so good, and that finishing, so efficient. I mean, two of his goals this game single handedly contributing it and making it perfect. It is looking so good. These are the moments which the fans are definitely waiting for, and this has happened. This has happened for good. I mean, look at that substitution. Vincent Company is now making the substitution, and it is, I guess, Ibrahimovic as well as the likes of Konrad Lama. Very late substitution being made. Guerrero should have been called off much earlier. Lama should have been given those. What is that small ball looking inside the field? Damn. What a look of that small ball. Just look at it. It is lying on the pitch. Finally, Min Jae Kim gets rid of that small ball on the field. And this victory is now confirmed, guys. This victory is now confirmed. And now finally Ibrahimovic has been given that opportunity. It is so late. Whereas Leroy Sané was made to play for 92 minutes and still he is playing. Vincent Company is getting a bit biased with those players. He is giving Leroy Sané those opportunities time and again to develop, not getting those results, but still persisting it. Finally, the referee has blown the whistle, and yet it is the likes of Musiala scoring those two goals. I mean, that was too good and too hot to handle, as well as one goal from Goretzka with those deflections. Finally, Bayern gets the victory over Heidenheim, and in the previous season, it was a defeat which Heidenheim had provided to Bayern. Just look at this. It was Heidenheim getting those wins the previous season. It was a disappointment because they had just recovered, I mean, made those comebacks where Kane and Gnabry had just scored in the first half, but Heidenheim scoring those three goals in the previous game, it was a comeback. But in this, Heidenheim scored twice. It is Bayern scoring four times. Upamecano header, Musiala, two single-handed creative goals which he has provided. Goretzka with that goal, four goals combining of it. But look at these stats over here. This is quite concerning for this game. 21 shots, 10 on target, 6 big chances. I mean, out of those 6 big chances, 4 big chances has been missed. 2 big chances which Musiala created, he just got those safe into the nets. Got those numbers counting, no worries for him. But these stats where the shots on target are there, you are getting those assists from the midfields with those creativities. You are missing away inside the box. This is looking lethal for the Bayern's aspect in the upcoming games. And 902 passes, good. Just look at inside the box, 17 shots inside the box. I mean, how can you just deny it? A total of 17 shots you got. Out of those, not converting it good is a too worry. Bayern has got the upcoming fixtures, which we have the next game. It is against Shakhtar Donetsk, and it is at the Veltis Arena. Bayern are going to travel to the Veltis Arena for the upcoming game against Shakhtar Donetsk for the Champions League this Wednesday. It will be the aspect to watch for. And in the stats for the Bayerns, it is Harry Kane 14 goals, Jamal Musiala 6, Mikel Olise 5 goals. They are the leading goal contenders for Bayern this season. Coman has got 3 goals, Upamecano 2 and Gnabry 2. So the 3 scoring opportunities, Harry Kane, Musiala and Olise are just staying for those goal scoring opportunities. Kingsley Coman is contributing a bit. Serge Gnabry just got those two goals, I mean, in the starting of the season, but apart from that, he is not looking good in shape. Serge Gnabry, Kingsley Coman, Leroy Sané, the three forwards, they are looking much worried. Much worries for Bayern with these three forwards. If they are going to persist with this in the long run, that will be a huge worry. That will definitely be a huge worry. If Bayern are going to persist with the forwards, this is going to be a huge worry. And in the table of the Bundesliga here, it is Bayern who has got those wins, I mean those leads as well. 33 points, all wins, no defeat in the Bundesliga this season. Frankfurt are doing good. They are drawing 2-2, 27 points, 6 points behind Munich. Leverkusen got those goals against St Pauli, 2-1, got a win. Leipzig, they have got that win against Holstein Kiel. Leipzig again are getting those wins, climbing up the table. But it is finally Bayern who are at the top. No worries for them, but the forwards of Bayern are looking a bit critical. On the other hand, it is Crystal Palace again against Manchester City getting those two goals. Damn, it is a bit disheartening for Pep Guardiola's men because the injuries for Pep Guardiola will be worrying. Haaland just scoring that single goal, but yes, it is Akanji injured, Phil Foden, John Stones, Nathan Ake, Kovacic, Rodri, Oscar Bob. Much worries for Guardiola as well, not getting those playmaking as well as those players. Worries for Bayern as well because Bayern has also got those injuries much high. Manuel Neuer, Serge Gnabry, Hiroki Ito, Stanisic, Pelina, Cam, Harry Kane. So many injuries. On the other hand, it is Barcelona against Real Betis. It is going to be a one goal. And Barcelona will definitely get a goal because Real Betis won't be able to get much. But talking about these stats, just have a look. The goal expectations from Barcelona are really too low. Can Real Betis get those unfortunate happenings in the La Liga? Because late in the night we are going to witness Girona against the Los Blancos at the Estadi Municipal de Montilivi Stadium, where the Los Blancos are traveling to face Girona. And yes, it is also Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. We will be having the watch along after this. It will be United at Old Trafford with Ruben Amorim. And late in the night, it will be Girona and Real Madrid. So yes, guys, those of you who had a watch of this, do give us those like, share and subscribe. Your support means a lot to us. As of now, this table looks good over here. Yes, with 4-2 victory, I mean the highest goal margin victory for tonight, which Bayern has got, and they have got it comfortably. So this season, Bayern are going to win the Bundesliga. It will be the definite watch to have to get those opportunities because Bundesliga is getting too close. Bundesliga is definitely going to get close. So as of now, the Bundesliga table, Bayern at top. In the Premier League table, Manchester City has scored, Luis scoring it. And in the table, City are dropping down points. That is what is concerning. But to add more to it, it will be that of United against Nottingham Forest. So as of now, after this stream, we will just start the watch along of United against Nottingham Forest. And after the stream of United Ribbon men against Nottingham Forest, we will have the watch of Girona and Real Madrid late at night. These are the three watch alongs which we will be having. And those of you who got those, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for keeping our hopes high, our expectations high. Till then, see you. Bye bye. No good night, because we are just tuning up after half an hour for Manchester United against Nottingham Forest at the Old Trafford. Do stay tuned to it, guys.